Are you single and ready to mingle? Join our singles party. How old are you and what do you do for a living? Eric, you're up first.
I I am Derek. I'm 31 and I'm a systems engineer for the Department of Defense.
Awesome. Sean,
Hello, I'm 25 and I'm a high school science teacher.
awesome. Lauren,
I am currently getting my medical assisting license and I am a stay-at-home dog walker.
awesome. Jason.
Hi, I'll
And I'm
turn
32, sorry.
Oh no. Okay, sorry about that, Lauren. Okay. Jason.
yeah, I'll turn 62 later this month, and I'm in food service sales.
Awesome. Tama.
I'm 40 and I'm a branch manager.
Awesome. Jeff.
I'm 61 and I'm a contract specialist with the U.S. Army.
Awesome. Kim.
Hi, I am 37 and I am a technical support engineer. I work for a data company and troubleshoot things all day long.
Awesome. Jess.
I'm 34 and I work as admin for a logistics company.
Awesome. Mark.
I'm going to be 29 in about a month from now, and I'm a data coordinator for Transformers Company.
Awesome. Daniel.
I am 24 years old and I am a server at a restaurant.
Awesome. Cyrus.
56 IT specialist.
Awesome. Hi, Cyrus. Maria.
I'm 37 and I'm a medical assistant.
Awesome. Andrew.
I'm 46 and I'm a battery build supervisor.
Awesome. Kelly.
I'm 32 and I'm a paralegal and director of legal operations for a nonprofit.
Awesome. Becca.
So I have two serving jobs and then I'm also a singer and songwriter on the side, and I'm 22 years old.
All right. Winter.
I'm 46 and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a soulful business coach and I also teach workshops for women, moon circles, tantra fundamentals, stuff like that.
Awesome. Glenn.
I'm 25 years old. I'm a CAD designer for industrial tools and I work from home running an online store.
Awesome. Alicia.
I am 35 and I'm a college professor.
Awesome. And Keith.
I have a small environmental organization and I do business investment.
Awesome. All right, everyone. So we're going to get started with the official first question. So the first question on the floor is, what are you currently looking for? New friends, to date someone new, a long-term relationship? What are you currently looking for? And I would start with you, Keith.
I'm looking for a long-term relationship.
Awesome. Alicia?
Leading towards marriage, I would hope.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Alicia?
Very similar. I'm looking to intentionally date for a long-term relationship, but the end goal is marriage.
Awesome. Glenn?
Looking for something long term, but also wouldn't mind finding some new friends.
Awesome. Winter?
I'm looking for a long-term relationship and conscious connection within that.
All right. Becca?
I'm looking for somebody that I can spend the rest of my life with, be that in friendship, romance, preferably romance, but really just somebody I can have with me for the rest of my life.
Awesome. Kelly?
I'm looking for a long-term relationship.
Andrew?
I'm also looking for a long-term relationship.
Maria?
I'm also looking for a long-term relationship and wouldn't mind some friends along the way.
Awesome. Cyrus?
A long-term and or travel companion.
Awesome. Daniel?
Looking to make some meaningful connections and hopefully find a long-term relationship.
Awesome. Mark?
Preferably looking for somebody as crazy nerdy as me and something to last for a long time.
Awesome. Jess?
Um, I'm looking for friends. I'd like to find other singles like myself because I feel like we're in the same life stage, I guess you could say. And all my friends are single, but they're very far away from me. So I'm looking for people within my area. If that turns into something great, but I definitely like to start off as friends.
Awesome. Kim?
Similarly to a lot of people here, I'm also looking for something long term. I'm really sick of a lot of the other options and avenues, and yeah, just hoping to meet someone that I genuinely connect with.
Awesome. Jeff?
For a long-term relationship, hopefully leading to marriage, and my way's open for new friends though.
Awesome. Tama?
I'm looking for a long-term relationship. I'm new to the area, so any of the other females who look to hang out at me.
Okay. Jason?
A woman that's interested in serious love.
Awesome. Lauren?
So long-term relationship, I've been on the dating scene longer than I want to. And I just want to be, serious and hopefully married someday.
Awesome. Sean?
I'll join with the majority of answers. I am also looking for a long-term relationship.
All right. And Derek?
Long term would be the eventual goal. How long it takes to get there, or even if we just end up friends, I'm fine with that too.
All right, everyone. The next question up is, why do you think you're single? All right. And I will start with you, Derek. Why do you think you're single?
7-year relationship, so yeah, just kind of back into the single life with, trying to keep my head above water.
All right. Sean?
I would say I'll blame it on moving to a new area. I moved here last year for my job, and all of my high school and college friends are far away, and meeting new people in person is difficult, after college. So I just haven't been able to find time between work and just taking time to myself to then also try and get out and meet new people. So I'm hoping that this is successful. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Awesome. Lauren?
So I've tried the online dating scene. I've tried every single dating app that's out there, and it's been extremely frustrating. I just came out of working in the healthcare facilities, and I'm trying to branch out. I'm very, I guess I would say, selective on who I bring into my life because of just my family and my friends that are in my life. And I guess the reason why I'm still single is because I want something that's deep, something that is meaningful, something that is just a long term. My parents have been married for 36 years. My grandparents just celebrated their 70th. And I want love. I need love and I deserve love.
Awesome. Jason?
It's pretty much, a numbers game anymore. So it's just a matter of writing the right number for the right connection, I guess.
All right. Tama?
I haven't found the right combination of nerd and cool yet, but I'm still looking. I'm hopeful.
Okay.
I'm very geeky.
Awesome. Awesome. Jeff?
For me, I have been engaged twice, but both times I could not get them to commit to take the final step to marriage. And I've also spent quite a bit of time doing caretaking. I spent about 10 years doing that with my mom and dad. They both passed on, but that I was the only child left. My brother had passed on. And I also worked on my education quite a bit. I have a PhD, so that took quite a while. So between all that and then just time passing, that's why I'm single now. I'm getting out more and getting more involved in things.
Awesome. Kim?
Well, I think I'm single because I am pretty picky and selective at this point in my life. I got out of a long-term relationship a few years ago, and I'm at the point in my life where I am very independent and I really, I don't need a man, I want a man. And so I'm not going to give up my lifestyle and my independence for just anybody. I want somebody who brings something to my life, and by something I mean happiness and love, and yeah, so I'm pretty selective.
I love that. Awesome. Jess?
In short, I would say I think I'm single because of my values. It's just not something I'm willing to compromise, and it's so hard to find someone that um shares those same values. I'm willing to compromise on a lot of things. I don't have to have the perfect person in my life because nobody's perfect, but in regards to my faith, that's one area I cannot compromise on, and it seems to find and seems to be hard to find people that have the same beliefs.
Awesome. Mark?
I would say it's kind of a couple different things. I'm looking for someone really in particular. I know the kind of person I'm looking for doesn't exactly come out all that often, to be honest with you. But hopefully I can find somebody that lines up with what I'm looking for and, see what happens from there.
Awesome. Daniel?
Um, oh, how many reasons there could be, but I'm also not particularly good at putting myself out there. I'll put myself out there every once in a while, and then you get a rejection, and you're like, okay, well, I'll just give up for a little while until I get the motivation again to try to put myself out there again. So I just don't do that very often.
I hear that. I hear that. Cyrus?
I would say because my priorities have changed. I didn't think it was important back then, but I see how it's important now to me. So, yeah.
All right. Maria?
I'm also really picky and I just don't put myself out there enough.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Andrew?
Yeah, I have to write it down. I needed to mature and grow as a person and hopefully be a better partner for somebody.
Awesome. Kelly?
I ended a long term relationship in January of 2023, and then I started night classes immediately after while working full time, which ended up being a super time suck. So I wasn't out and about as much. But I also am not keen on getting in a relationship just to say I'm in a relationship. Um, I think I've had opportunities to be with people, but it didn't seem like a natural fit. I realize relationships are work as well. But yeah, I just don't want to be in one to have one.
Awesome. Becca?
Um, so I was married for several years, and my husband just got recently got arrested and charged. He hasn't like gone through trial and everything yet, but for manslaughter of our daughter. So kind of don't feel like that's something I kind of need to move past and move forwards. And yeah, didn't think I'd be single, but now I am.
Oh, okay, so sorry, Becca. I'm sorry. Sorry. Winter.
This is a really good question. I think I'm single because on the apps, the majority of my experience has been with guys. They tend to, because of the nature of the work that I do a lot of like healing and wellness work. Um, they kind of get confused as to whether they want to work with me or if they want to date me. So I'm really selective, and I have to use a lot of discernment to make sure like we're both there for the same reason. So yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Glenn.
Um, I know part of it is maturing and trying to figure out bad habits, in order to improve from there. Also, I've also been in the dating scene with the dating apps, and not a lot of people want something long term. A lot of them just want to look for something short term or a situationship. So it's kind of hard to find somebody who actually wants to have something real and meaningful connection. I feel like it's kind of hard out there nowadays to find something like that.
Awesome. Alicia.
I kind of a combination of a lot of things that many people said. I focused on education and career for a good majority of time, and working in higher education, I tend to like live in smaller towns. So that takes the dating pool down, but I'm also interested in a very specific type of man. I prefer a black man. I prefer a man with no kids. I prefer a man who's never been married. So that kind of dwindles me down as I get older. Um, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. Um, I definitely want and need a man. I think that it only take me to the next level. So, the one is there, and I never really put intentional effort into dating either. Like anything else I ever wanted in my life, I put effort in it, and I went and got it. I'm just now doing the same thing, carving out time for dating.
Thank you, Alicia. Keith.
So there's something like 8 billion people in the world, I think. So, and I'm very y'all took the words out of my mouth for all the best ones. Selective, or I value myself a lot. But really, I just know what I'm worth, and I'm not one to settle for less than I want.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Thank you for your answers. The next question on the floor is, what is your idea of a good date? All right. I'll ask again. What is your idea of a good date? And I will start with you, Keith.
Well, I would say it's one where you forget that it's a date. One of those ones where it just kind of turns into something that you're not even paying attention to the time or yourself, and you're just kind of locked in and into that person, and feeling that connection.
Awesome. Alicia?
Very similar. I'm not like, yes, I love like the extravagance. I love all that. But my idea of like a great day is when it's like less than $20. It's not like because of the things you got me or the things that we're doing. It's just us spending time exchanging energies and like just vibing off of each other. It's the best.
Awesome. Glenn?
I think doing something new with the person that's for yourself and them, just having an experience for you guys to try it, but also a day where uh, both people get to talk and get to know each other better, because it's better than that than just going to a movie or something like that where you don't get to communicate. Communication is important to know where you and that person are, and knowing exactly if there is a bond there and if there is a connection.
Awesome. Winter?
I feel like the best dates I've been on are very similar to what's been mentioned before, where it kind of feels like a vortex. Time is just kind of flying by, and there's a real connection, like presence there with each person, just like attentive listening and processing and just paying attention to what each one is saying, stuff like that. And a sense of respect and like courtesy as well.
Awesome. Becca?
For me, it would be really anything that's outdoors, and places that like you can explore. Because I feel like when you're exploring new places, it makes it easier to explore a new relationship and just really anything that just feels natural like that. So going to a park, going to a beach, someplace uh, that you've been to similar places, but you haven't been to that place.
Awesome. Kelly?
I think having maybe like a cultural experience while on your date. So, like going to the art center, the Salisbury House, the Capitol, kind of having an experience where you can learn each other's aesthetics as opposed to just sitting across from each other and saying, how many siblings do you have? What do you do for work? Like, what do you think of this art piece? Or have you been here before? Or, what are your thoughts on XYZ? Something a little deeper.
Awesome. Andrew?
Gosh. Yeah, when we're we could talk, just get to know each other, and I don't know, really understand one another, and develop a really meaningful connection.
Awesome. Cyrus?
For me, you got to have a good meal, good food. That way it relaxes each person. Then you have a great conversation. You're um, opening up to that person. Then afterwards, you can go somewhere and have some fun, and you kind of get more relaxed. You have an honest conversation. You get to know each other better.
Awesome. Daniel?
I feel like the most fun dates I've been on are usually, or at least the best ones, are usually a combination of one-on-one interaction where you're getting to intimately know each other. You ask the typical questions about each other's lives and whatnot, but also revolve around something fun that you're doing as well, just general activities. That way, there's at least a focus, and you know, it's not just, hey, let's take turns asking each other the usual questions that people ask, which are good questions. But I also think that combination of fun and seriousness is usually what makes the best dates work.
Awesome. Mark?
I would say you can kind of call me a little selfish when I say this, but I would want to go on a date where it's something fun for both of us, but it's something that I know I would enjoy regardless of what ends up happening in the night. I like sharing a lot of experiences that I like to do with other people, and a lot of the stuff that I do is very different from the normal, from what most people see. So if they get into it with me, then we're having a good time, we're chatting, talking about each other a little bit, but that's kind of what I like to do and what I would see as a good date.
Awesome. Jess?
Um, Honestly, I'm a fan of the coffee shop because I feel like it can always progress from there. If you're having a good chat and you decide to do dinner or something or a movie, you can um kind of transition. But also, if we're not having a good chat, it's also a good way for me to be like, well, look at the time, got to get going, and walk away or give the other person to walk away if they'd like to, because at the end of the day, We're just trying to find somebody that we can connect with, and if it's not there, it's not there. Sometimes it does take a few outings, and sometimes you just there's just nothing there. So, and I mean that in every sense, like whether it's friendship or relationship, at least that's been my case. And I wouldn't want to um commit or have the other person commit to anything else when we can just, meet up for like coffee and talk and see how it goes from there. So I honestly think that's fair on both sides to be able to decide if there's anything there to build upon.
Awesome. Kim?
For me, a good date involves food because I love eating and I love eating new foods and trying new foods and experiencing that with somebody. And I am not fancy. I could go from ice cream and a hot dog to something on the total other end of the spectrum. Any food is a winner with me usually. And I also like to have some sort of activity. I like to like play pool or shoot darts or do something. It's kind of playful. It allows you to kind of feel the energy a little bit. And I think though, if it's a natural connection, it doesn't really matter what you do. It's kind of there regardless.
Awesome. Jeff?
For me, the best dates are something that's a bit quiet and something where you can get to know each other better. One of the best dates I ever had was at a park, and it's just good to be able to talk with someone, maybe a nice quiet restaurant. What I like about doing it is that you can talk with each other, get to know each other better, and to me, the best date is where each of you, it's almost like a story in a way. It's like a little chapter in a story where you talk to each other, get to know each other better, and you laugh. Laughter is very important, and just getting to know each other and playing off each other and knowing that you have things in common and maybe seeing where you have differences even. That's sort of my idea of a good date.
Thank you, Jeff. Taylor?
For me, I'd want to show each other our favorite constellations and then talk about our favorite bands and favorite like sitcoms or shows. That would be great.
Awesome. Awesome. Jason?
Whatever the date may be, just be able to have a interested conversation with each party that they're genuinely interested in each other a little bit, for whether it's talk or how the date is going would be not too much to see.
Awesome. Sean?
I kind of like how some people said this earlier. I like being able to talk, just to get to know each other, but I also enjoy an activity with that. Whether, it's something outdoors or if we can find um really anything else where we can do something and that kind of gives us a medium with which to talk to each other about our past experiences and our hobbies, and all the traditional questions. Um I really enjoy talking. I'm my friends would definitely say that I'm a talker. So I would definitely like something like that amidst an activity that we could be doing together.
Awesome. Derek?
I would say any date where the conversation flows naturally. I've been on enough first dates to know that awkward silence can kill the whole vibe and very rarely lead to a second date. And also one where you laugh because I tend to measure my relationships, romantic and otherwise, on can you make each other laugh?
Maria?
Be doing something outdoors and just chill where we can get to know each other and talk. Somewhere not too loud and crowded.
Awesome. All right, everyone. We're going to move on to the next question. The next question up is, it's more of a statement. Describe your three best qualities. All right. Describe your three best qualities. And I will start with Keith.
I would say my creativity, my honesty, and uh, my ability to build things, make things. Well, that's creativity too, but it's maybe like physical work.
Awesome. Alicia?
Geez, Keith, you keep taking mine when you're coming back this way.
I'm
But
sorry.
for me, I would say honesty, my ability to be very understanding of human development, and you know, sometimes things just happen. And then four, I would say my mental stability. I know when I need to check in, when I need to check out, and I'm able to regulate myself in order to help other people manage in times that they need to.
Awesome. Glenn?
I would say honesty. I'm always I always try to be as honest as possible with a partner. Creativity. I have like way too many hobbies. I got into woodworking for a bit. Now I do embroidery, and now I'm like, it's a lot. So yeah, creativity. Loyal. Throughout my past relationships, I've been cheated on almost every single time, and I would never um do that to a person because I know how the pain it feels like, and no one should ever have to go through that.
Thank you, Glenn. Winter?
I would say my three qualities, my three best are empathy, optimism, and communication.
Awesome. Becca?
Probably loyalty, honesty, and creativity. I've been doing like theater and painting, music for basically as long as I can remember. I've always done something creative to keep myself entertained.
Awesome. Kelly?
I would say dependable. I love to communicate and I love receiving communication, but also I love to make people laugh. So funny.
Awesome. Andrew?
Um, I think my top three qualities would be honesty, my ability to genuinely care about uh, the other person, and punctuality.
Awesome. Maria?
My creativity, my communication, and I'm honest.
Awesome. Cyrus?
Um, Patience, generosity, and respect.
Awesome. Daniel?
Well, I would say that the three that I at least hold in most value for myself when I'm working on myself, when I'm trying to like what do I want to be like. And so I hope that they're my three best qualities because I value them in myself is being caring, responsible, and authentic.
Awesome. Mark?
I would say mine are usually a little unique. I'm very knowledgeable and curious about everything in the world, so I'm usually up to try almost anything at least once and learn something new. I'm very intense. You could say I'm denser than a black hole. I don't don't look at things too close underneath. I just look at things straight ahead, and I'm very honest with everything. And a bit of a jokester, a little sarcastic. I think that's a good thing sometimes. Others might not.
Awesome. Jess?
I'm loyal to a fault, I think. I've given my loyalty away to some folks that I think didn't deserve it in the past, but I stay true to who I am because just because they didn't reciprocate or whatnot doesn't change that I'm a loyal person. So it stinks sometimes because people take advantage, but I'd say that's definitely my number one quality is being loyal. I'm also a caring person. I take care of everybody that's in my circle and even those that aren't, because I know that everybody has bad days. Everybody goes through stuff that we can't see, and a lot of people have been hurt and they put up walls, and sometimes it takes a person that's caring and empathetic to be able to see beyond like their grumpiness or how they're masking and whatnot, and still care and still find a way to meet their need. Being nice and being kind is a choice. And then lastly, I would say honesty. um yeah, those are my three qualities.
All right, thank you, Jess. Ken?
I had a minute to think about it here, and I ended up with kindness, loyalty, and open-mindedness.
Awesome. Jeff?
Mine are honesty, empathy, and patience. I'm also very respectful. I always like to try to work things out if I can with a partner instead of arguing. I think we both can come to agreements on things, and that's the best way, because that's the only way a relationship's going to last, is by giving and getting each on each side a little bit.
Awesome. Taylor?
I think mine are that I'm fun, I'm straightforward. You never have to guess where you are with me. I will always let you know, and friendly. So that's what I come up with.
Awesome. Jason?
I listen well. I'm always on time, and I'm very empathetic with the people's in their shoes and how they're trying to do what they're trying to do.
Awesome. Sean?
I would say that I am a good listener. I really try to hold space for, my friends and my family and my students even. When they come to me with a problem, and sometimes not everybody wants a solution. They just need someone to listen. So I'm happy to be that person. Um, I like to think I'm good at communication. My friends especially and I have a good system of where if we're upset, or if we just need someone to listen to us, or if we need advice, or if we need this or that, um, we have a really good system of respect and how to communicate with each other. And then the last one is creativity. I like thinking about things. I like making things. I really enjoy storylines and writing and stuff like that. So that's a big hobby of mine. So I would say that that's the last one for me.
Awesome. And Jared?
I would say my transparency. I've been called a lot of things in my life. I've never been called fake. I'm only ever unapologetically and unequivocally myself. Second would be my sense of humor. I love to laugh. I love to make people laugh, and I always say, like, if you're when you're short and bald, you got to be funny, or else you never get any phone numbers. But and then third, I would say my my interests are pretty well rounded. Being a Wikipedia addict, I can hold a conversation about most things, and I'm interested in all kinds of topics, despite whether I know more than you or whether you know more than me. I love discussing pretty much everything.
Awesome. All right, everyone. So how can you be contacted? All right, let's start with you, Keith. How can you be contacted?
I was just gonna give my phone number, but geez, okay, I'll do. I guess you can do my email. It's my name, which is Keith. Period. McCoy. McCoy. I'm a real McCoy. Period. Clark. Clark. So Keith. Period. McCoy. Period. Clark. @gmail.com.
All right, Keith. Sounds good. Have a good night. Let's see. Alicia, how can you be contacted?
I could be contacted on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram, it's my screen name on here. It's Allie __ B, so two underscores. And then Facebook is Alicia L. Bowman.
All right, Alicia, sounds good. Have a good night. Glenn?
My two options would be either Instagram, it's my display for the username. It's just Glenn with two N's dot Ordonez, which is ORDONEZ as in zebra. Or email, it can be Glenn _ Ordonez at iCloud.com.
All right, Glenn, sounds good. Have a good night. Winter?
I can be reached through Instagram or Facebook. On Instagram, it's in my screen name right here at I am Winter Clark. And on Facebook, you can find me there as Winter Jane Clark. Jane with a Y, JAYNE.
All right, Winter, sounds good. Have a good night. Becca?
I can be contacted at the one and only Crow on Instagram and on TikTok. On TikTok though, it has like underscores between each word. Other than that, my email address is RebeccaNoor@AOL.com, spelled REBEKAHKNORR.
All right, Becca, sounds good. Have a good one. Kelly?
Yeah, I can be reached at my email, which is the letter K, S as in Sam, P as in Paul, O, N as in Nancy, G as in Go, 23 at gmail.com.
All right, Kelly, sounds good. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew?
I can be contacted via email. My first name is Melandro, MELANDRO dot. Last name is Dizon, DIZON at gmail.com.
All right, Andrew, sounds good. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
Maria?
I can be reached at my email that's listed next to my name. It's mcmendez86 at yahoo.com.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cyrus?
Yes, I can be reached at cyrus.hurdle, that's HURDLE at outlook.com.
All right, Cyrus, sounds good. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
Daniel?
I can be reached through my Instagram profile. The name of the profile should be on for my screen right now, but it's Daniel Robledo author. So that's spelled DANIEL ROBLEDO, and an author like the word author, AUTHOR.
Daniel, sounds good. Have a good one. Mark?
I have my email on screen right next to where my name is. I also could share my screen. I have a Discord and a Facebook that I can show if you're okay with me sharing that, Marissa.
It's just a little easier if you just spell it out, to be honest. It gets a little freezy when I do that, so I just rather have you guys just either display it like you're doing or just kind of spell out everything.
Fair enough. Well, my name, Dylan Gromlovitz at yahoo.com. It's on the screen there. Discord is Marcus90, MARKES 90. And then Facebook, just my first and last name, Mark Gromlovitz. You can look me up there. Don't really do social media, so don't be surprised if you don't see a lot on there, but happy to talk to anybody that wants to talk to me.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night. Kim, how can you be contacted?
I can be contacted through email. My email address is K as in Kim, Demetrio, D as in dog, EME, T as in Tom, RIOW @gmail.com.
All right, Kim, sounds good. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Let's see, Jeff.
It's 9 spelled out, so NINE, then the digits 73, and the word soldiers at AOL.com.
All right, Jess. Have a good night. Thanks for coming out.
You too. Bye.
Jeff.
Okay, my Facebook name is Jeffrey David Cox, is on the screen. And also my email, I put it beside there just a second ago. That's VRAVEN_2000 @yahoo.com. So that's like V as in victory, Raven like the bird, _2000 @yahoo.com.
All right, Jeff. Sounds good. Have a good night. Tama.
Hi, I can be reached on IG at HaiTarot, HAITAROT. That's my IG. Same thing at Outlook if you want to email me at outlook.com. HaiTarot, HAITAROT.
All right, Tama. Sounds good. Have a good night. Jason.
Premier SGQC. So it's Premier P as in Paul, REMIERSGQC @MSN.com. That's Premier SGQC @MSN.com.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night. Sean.
So I can be reached on Facebook. It's just my name, Sean McMonagle. And I have the spelling. I put it in my name for my email as well, which is just my first and last name, Sean McMonagle, all lowercase, one word, and then the digits 95 @gmail.com.
All right, sounds good. Sean, have a good night.
Thank you.
And Jared.
So best way for me would probably be email, which I changed my name to it, but it's Derek, DEREK, cloud, like cloud in the sky, 93 @yahoo.com. Glad to see I'm not the only person still using Yahoo. And also Instagram, which is just Dirk, DERK, cloud. That's my Instagram handle.
Sounds good. Have a good night. Follow us and subscribe to our channel to join our next singles party.